Well, Good Samaritan House is an emergency shelter program for homeless women and children. We are one of the few in the St. Louis Metro East region that can take women with children up to the age of 18. Yes. So our shelter program is typically somewhere between 0 to 90 days, and that gives our families time to, one, get over the idea that, okay, I'm homeless and struggling with where I am right now, but they immediately come in and get connected to case management services. And so during those 90 days, they're working on employment, they're working on education, they're working on anything that has probably contributed to them becoming homeless. And hopefully setting them up with the resources and tools to transition out. So we have started a new program called Rapid Rehousing, which will be a big help for our families in the shelter. And that will allow us to identify landlords and other housing opportunities out in the community. And then we'll be able to financially support them for a short period of time while they transition back into independence until they're stable. So we're always also looking for landlords who are willing to work with our families. Yeah, I think so. Again, just in the Madison County area, there's very few homeless shelters for women and children. We're located right at 1825 Delmar. So I think it's in good reach of all the other supportive services that are available in the Granite City area. So typically the women wake up in the morning somewhere between 5 and 6 in the morning to start prepping for their day. They're doing everything that a normal parent would have to do. They begin by feeding their kids breakfast and getting them prepared to go to school. Buses come and pick the children up from the shelter, and then the women go off through their day, whether they're employed or searching for employment or needing some kind of other case management services. That's typically what they're working on between the hours of 8 to 5. After that, we have our dinner time. We have simple chores and things that have to be done just like we would do in a normal household. And then we do some tutoring and learning time for the kids right before they get ready to transition and go to bed. I think that awareness is huge. So about 50% of the homeless population in the Granite City area are children. People under the age of 18 who have no control over what's happening with their lives. So being aware. We are always looking for volunteers to come in and work with the homeless population. Everybody has a skill set, something that they're good at, no matter what age you are. And we always like to kind of bring those supports and services. So we welcome the community to come over and visit the shelter, spend some time with individuals who are living there. There's all kind of things, donations. They need basic care things. We have newborns in the shelter, all the way up to 18-year-olds. And so I think that there's some gaps in there for needs for the children. And that's typically where people want to give back at times. But anything that you could probably think of is a way for everyone in the community to get involved with the homeless population. There are tons of interesting stories. You know, I could tell you a success story about a woman and her 14-year-old son who came to us after her husband tried to really kill her. So domestic violence is a real thing for the women at the shelter. So she was in a very dangerous situation. However, as soon as she was able to get housed, she got the services that she needed. She was able to file for a divorce. She got legal services that she needed. She was able to increase her income. She literally only had to be in the shelter for between 6 to 8 weeks before she transitioned out to independence. I just spoke with her yesterday, and she is continuing to do well. Her son is enrolled in school, and he continues to do well. So we have our success stories, but we also still have the stories of the families who are in the shelter. So we have, our 20-year-old mother who just had newborn twins who were born into homelessness. We have grandmothers who are there raising their grandchildren. I think that the standard view of what homelessness looks like is not as typical as we would think it would be. And so although we have had plenty of success stories, and we have about an 80% success rate of getting people to transition out to independence, we still have plenty of work to be done, and that's evident as our shelter is full today.